And now we have a unique opportunity to actually go after them and potentially get your money back. Well, we've come up with the perfect solution. It's not going to happen, Sam. Sorry, because I'm onto you. They got hacked and they were held for ransom. That Sam Lee has something over Ryan and Jaden. Who's got the money? Is your money secure? Because the petition will make the authorities go after Ryan, Jaden, or Sam Lee. Pay back people who put their money into this Ponzi scheme. Petition that will be in the description below. They are willing to fight your battles for you. Where you live, it's all confidential. $26,000 into HyperVerse. Another lady told me that she had invested $20,000 into HyperVerse. Another guy rang me up and his family had invested over $5 million. Mike Lucas had listened to people like Panicky Nark. When you sign the petition, you'll get access to a Telegram group. Hope is like hanging onto a branch, hoping you're not going to fall. Hello, Danny DeHeck, a.k.a. the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. Normally, I'd be bouncing around the room with excitement, trying to announce something that you guys need to get involved in. And that would be my quest to name and shame anyone that is out there promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam to build their own downline via multi-level marketing. Tonight, today, this morning, whenever you tune into this video, I have a favour to ask. Over the last 12 months of my life, I've dedicated a lot of time and energy into educating people or creating awareness that there's people out there who want to scam you. I just produced a video a few days ago where I exposed 5 people that are corporate in HyperVerse. Sam Lee, Ryan Xu, Jaden Wee, and 2 Kevins that we haven't actually seen any pictures of on the internet yet. And now we have a unique opportunity to actually go after them and potentially get your money back. Instead of sitting on the fence and maybe thinking, I don't know if I want to, put my name on a petition. Well, we've come up with the perfect solution. I will show you. It is a petition where you can put your first name, your last name, your email address, your home address. It will go into a database, and when this information trots off to the officials that are actually going to go after these corporate people who have taken your money, we can actually do something about it. We really need your support. The days of sitting on the fence and being a passive observer have gone. We're not asking you much. We're using the petitionsite.com. This is a site that is credible. Do your research if you must, but you can provide your personal information to this website and it will be under lock and key. Once this petition goes live, this is what's going to happen. Have a listen to, so far, we've had 166 people that have been brave enough to put their name on this. And this is the concept behind it.
This petition has the purpose of connecting people who have invested in HyperFund, HyperVerse, HyperNation to demonstrate the magnitude of the suspected fraud perpetrated, as well as to provide these investors with valid links to report such fraud, whether anonymously or not.
Okay, so a lot of people hold back because they still feel that HyperVerse or HyperNation, as it's called, may actually be honest and upfront and give you back your money. Unfortunately, from my research, after doing 150 videos exposing HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperFund, HyperCapital, Bitcoin Group, all these things, I have no There's no way in hell this organisation is actually going to give you your money back. In fact, Sam Lee, who's just introduced himself back into the hyper community, has told a VIP 5 that they have been taking the money out of HyperVerse and transferring it into Bitcoin. Also told my VIP 5 informant that they never did any whale trading, or did they ever invest in any startup groups. My VIP 5 was disgusted by this. Couldn't believe it. Because that's what they were fed, that they were going to do with the money that they were getting from the community. He went a step further, and he actually said that Sam Lee said they had no intentions of ever paying back the community. So for the last 10 months, they've been telling people, or maybe not 10 months, but maybe 6 months, that they intend to repay people back their initial investment. So if you put $1,000 in and you never received any money back from HyperVerse, they said that they would repay that money back to you. That's what they've been saying. So since Sam Lee has actually raised his ugly head, all of a sudden, HyperNation or HyperVerse, they seem to be the same company, even though they claim to be two different entities, have come out with an unreal statement. They were alleging at the beginning of 2022, HyperVerse was hacked by a hacker. And instead of informing the community, they decided that it would be a good idea to keep it quiet. And then they went to Binance, that's not a word, Binance, that's the word, Binance and FTX, and asked them to look out for anyone who was trying to transfer large sums of Bitcoin out of their platforms and to put a hold or a freeze on the money that was being transferred out of HVT. And they succeeded because the hacker couldn't get the money out. So then the hacker decided to take the $400,000 that was on offer for exposing a bug in their system. That was the excuse they come up with 8 or 9 or 10 months after all the money had been frozen, which I didn't want to tell the community. However, that statement, that letter, was taken off the internet 2 days after it was published. If you go through my YouTube channel, you will see that I actually went to that website, read out that letter word for word, and told you what they were proposing had actually happened. So previously, before that, they had exposed the VIP 5s and some countries that have been creating multiple accounts. And also they have been alleging that the dive of crypto, or is it the bear market? Is it the bear market? When crypto dies and everyone loses their money, they have been saying those 2 reasons is why HyperVerse died. And now they've changed it to the fact that they got hacked. So which one is it? All right, believe that story, it doesn't matter, because they had pulled the article and decided that wasn't the reason that HyperVerse collapsed. Meanwhile, a.k.a. the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, has been crusading around the internet telling everyone it's a Ponzi scheme. Mathematically can't continue the way it was. The multiple accounts saga was just a joke. You know, let's be honest. If you go into your bank and you say you want to create multiple accounts, does that really bankrupt the bank? Don't think so. And if there's a dive in inflation, does that really bankrupt the bank? Don't think so. No, unfortunately not. So anyway, so they've come up with these excuses. So let's read paragraph 2. What are these people going to do if they get your signature? Is it a big deal to give them your signature? 1 million people have invested in HyperVerse, and we just want your first name, your last name, your home address. You go into a database, and they'll just check that information if they ever need to come back to you to make sure that you put in a legible reason to be on the petition. Okay, let's have a listen to paragraph number 2.
We are international investors who were promised a 300% return on our investment within 20 months after making our deposits, which later changed to 400% by migrating our digital assets from HyperFund to HyperVerse, and later to HyperNation. But we have not been able to make withdrawals since April of 2022.
Right, so I specialise in long-form content, and I was asked to produce a 5-minute video to get you guys to sign the petition. I'm well past my 5 minutes at the moment. In fact, I might even need to do a clicker. I'm up to 9 minutes and 33 seconds, and that is excluding my intro. Okay, so let's think about this. International investors. This is where my personal agenda kind of gets a bit cloudy, because you guys have not listened to the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. You've in fact called me a lot of names and said that my hidden agenda is for something else, to build my YouTube channel. Oh my God, $85 a month is not going to sustain me, unfortunately. Anyway, so here I am. I've been exposing this Ponzi scheme for over 12 months. You guys have chosen not to listen to me. However, a lot of people have invested. Some people have got a lot of money out, mainly the VIP 5s, because they have been promoting it using multi-level marketing, which basically means if Danny comes along, gives you $1,000, somebody who introduced me to it would get $200 worth of that money. Often, they could just get that money straight out of the system. Boom! $200 for introducing somebody who spent $1,000. And then Danny decides to start promoting it because he was amazed by the returns he could see in the back office. He refers it to his friend or his mum or his auntie or somebody. Anyway, so they sign up. They also pay $1,000. Boom! The person that introduced me to it gets another $150, and I, for introducing them, get $200. Oh my God, this is so easy. That's why the system grew. So let's read the second paragraph and see why these people now need help in getting their money back from these fraudsters.
We suspect a massive fraud of billions of dollars, and we hereby request a formal investigation into HyperTech Group of Companies and their entities, namely HyperCapital, HyperFund, HyperVerse, HyperNation, including the CEO and founder Zijing Xu, a.k.a. Ryan Xu, and Sam Lee, HyperTech Chairman and founder of Blockchain Global based in Australia, by government agencies of the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, United Arab Emirates, Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore, India.
Yeah, so we've got Ryan Xu and obviously Sam Lee. There's also another guy called Jaden Wee, which I haven't mentioned in here. And there's 2 Kevins, got the same name. How convenient is that? They are also corporate. So I did a video a wee while ago exposing corporate. And there's 2 Kevins, Ryan Xu, Sam Lee, and Jaden Wee are corporate. They've been exposed, hopefully by me. So these guys have committed fraud. We've got Sam Lee coming back in at the moment in what he's trying to disguise himself as a sheep, but he's actually a wolf. He's saying that he's there to provide help to the community, which doesn't sit well with me because I know that he is not trying to provide help. He's actually trying to steal the community and use the audience that they built up with HyperVerse and HyperNation so he can promote his own new hidden agenda, which is actually stable.limited or stable.deo. Now, this guy is actually the guy that stole your money. So it's kind of like a bank robber coming back to the scene of the crime and claiming to be a good guy and not to be the guy that has organized the robbery, which is really amazing. So these guys, let's just be clear at this. So you got Sam Lee, Ryan Zhu and Jaden Wee, and two mystery people that we don't know the facial identity of, called Kevin, have actually been transferring the money that's been going into HyperVerse into a crypto wallet called into Bitcoin, and then literally stealing the money. They've been telling the VIP5s that they were actually doing whale trading, which I don't know what that is. I don't think it's what we think like whale watching in New Zealand. And also said they were going to invest in startups. And then Sam Lee told my informant, who's way up at the top, work it out if you haven't already, that they were never intended to give the money back, which means the money is secured in crypto wallets with corporate. I've just told you who corporate is. So next time you see Sam Lee on a video, you need to call him a dirty, disgusting, thieving hound dog robber, because he has your money. Right, so let's carry on reading and let's see what these guys are going to do. 2 paragraphs at a time.
Leading MLM promoters such as Keith Williams and executives Jaden Wei, Stephen Rees-Lewis might provide testimonies on what occurred. Whether you have signed the petition or not, please note that you may also submit an individual complaint to government agencies for their further investigation. Below are a few links for making such a complaint.
Right, so my VIP5, who's going to remain anonymous, not that I'm trying to protect him, however, he was offered, rumouredly, 25% of HyperNation's wealth if he was to come up with an exit strategy. That's not what he told me. He told me that he was offered a ridiculous sum of money if he could come up with an exit strategy for HyperVerse. He declined. He said it wasn't ethical. They were lying to the community, which he loved, and he basically went off and did his own thing. However, Keith Williams, after the Toshubi show, did a 5,000 attendance Zoom meeting, telling people they provided a haven for people who were trying to work out how to get their refunds or their one-time X from HyperVerse, dropped everyone into Novatech, which is another Ponzi scheme. They told their community that they had all these new people who turned up, and they said, look, we're trying to help you guys. Here we are, happy to help you guys. However, we recommend that rather than hoping that you're going to get your money back from HyperVerse, that you actually invest in another get-rich-quick Ponzi scheme called Novatech. Now, if you go to my favorite website, which is behindmlm.com, and search Novatech, you'll see that Novatech has been invested at the moment for making false claims and false accusations. The two founders of the company, who are meant to be ministers, sickening for Danny, who used to be an ex-Jehovah's Witness, are actually bankrupt people who are claiming to do all sorts of things, and it's just a shocking situation. So jump out of the frying pan into the fire, not a good idea. Anyway, that's what they propose to do. Now, it has been rumoured that either David Marcus or, what's the other guy? Troy was a winner of the money that they gave out at one of the competitions, are actually right now working with authorities exposing the people behind HyperVerse. So that might sound a bit far-fetched if you're part of their community. However, another shocking statement that Danny DeHeck, the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, is going to tell you about is Brenda Chunder. Now, I never say her name right, but I call her Chunder because every time I think of her, I feel like chundering. She has been hauled into the police, FBI, I don't know, but she's been the authorities that police this sort of stuff. She was brought in for questioning. She was questioned for 3 hours. She alleged that she only ever had $1 million rewarded to her for being a promoter of HyperVerse. She was basically in bed with Keith Williams. This was in the beginning of December 2023, so relatively recently. Since I heard that rumour, which makes sense, we have never seen Keith Williams or Brenda Chunda since. In fact, if you go to the HyperVerse meetings or the HyperNation meetings or the Hyper Community meetings, you'll see that those meetings have been passed off to Jackie and Tammy. And Jackie and Tammy, especially Tammy, had been interviewing Sam Lee, who's come into the community and says that he wants to help the community, and he's going to do some stupid thing like this is stupid. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I go, oh my God, is this real? But anyway, Sam said he was going to help the community. Sam Lee has a business called, well, I don't even know it's a business, unregistered business called Stable.Limited or Stable Dayo. Now, if you want to have Danny's point of view on this, this is what I think happened. Brace yourselves. So, you've got HyperNation and you've got Super One. Yes, I did say Super One. And then you have Stable Dayo. We had HyperVerse, right? Everyone was happy. And then all of a sudden, everyone disappeared. No Ryan Xu, no Jaden Wee, and no Sam Lee. Now, Sam Lee is a Chinese Australian. Born in Australia, still Chinese. He managed to get, with his company Blockchain Global, listed on the Australian exchange. It took 3 attempts. They finally listed him. He managed to get $50 million of investors' money. He took off with the money. Last headlines read that liquidators were looking for $21 million. They couldn't figure out where it went. He disappeared. About 8 months later, I caught wind of a Ponzi scheme that was trying to start up with Sam Lee's backing called HyperOne. They showed us photos of Sam Lee talking to people in a foyer. I looked at all the timestamps of the photos and they were taken in 2018. So the validity, can't even say that word, of those photos was thrown out the window for me personally. Next minute, Sam Lee comes back and he's now started up his own company called Stable Dayo. He's got 4 investors, and if you go to Stable.Limited, you'll find the website. You'll find all the LinkedIn accounts for all the people that are investing. And then if you go to the YouTube channel, you can see that he's producing YouTube videos of him and his 4 investors talking over the Zoom quite often. And if you look at the success, he's not got many people looking at these videos. It hasn't really taken off. So I believe that Sam Lee's hidden agenda is trying to get the hyper community to follow his leadership in Stable.Limited. It's not going to happen, Sam. Sorry, because I'm on to you. However, around the same time when he was trying to build HyperOne, then we had the change from HyperVerse to HyperNation. And I believe, I may not be right in this, but Sam Lee, sorry, that's wrong. Let's start again. Ryan Xu, Jaden Wee started up HyperNation. And you must admit that the brilliance of HyperNation is it's very Chinese based, you know, with their message that they're sending. And I believe that Ryan Xu, Jaden Wee have started HyperNation. And over on the left corner, you have Sam Lee trying to do his own thing, build his own community. Failed miserably. So when he's come into the hyper community, he sung everyone praises. And he said, oh, you guys are amazing. What you've accomplished here is awesome. If you work with me, I can help you, blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, Ryan Xu, Jaden Wee, and I don't know where the 2 Kevins fit in, I'll be honest, but all of a sudden they started, after 8 months of not talking to the community, produced a statement. basically saying that they got hacked and they were held for ransom, and they finished up paying the hacker $400,000, even though he had access to $2 billion. He was happy to settle for $400,000 because he found a bug in their system. Sam comes back and goes, I provide the tech, that the platform that HyperNation sits on, or HyperVerse sat on. There's no way in hell that my system ever got hacked. So it just gets complicated. So next minute, 2 or 3 days later, that letter that HyperNation posted out about the hack got taken off their website. Why would they take that off their website? Obviously, that was their way of throwing something into the community to cause confusion. I believe that Sam Lee has something over Ryan and Jaden, and they're worried that he's going to spill the beans. The question is, who's got the money? Is your money secure? I believe your money is secure. I believe it's all tied up in Bitcoin. And clever people tell me that you can track transactions and you can find the wallet address of where the money is. Unfortunately, I'm not that clever guy. But there's 2 people called Kevins. There's 2 Kevins. Now, my informant told me the 2 people who are called Kevin have never made any public appearances. I believe they are investors. I believe they control the purse strings. If you look at Sam Lee's new business, you can see 4 people involved in his new identity. The 4 people that are involved in his identity, I believe, are investors. I don't think Sam Lee would have changed the formula of what they were doing previously to what he's doing currently. So, in short, Ryan Xu, Jaden Wee are probably the people promoting it and getting it out there to the masses. Now, I believe they've hired some Chinese organisation media crowd to do all their promotional videos, but I believe that the 2 Kevins are in control of the purse strings. Why do I want you guys to sign the petition? Because the petition will make the authorities go after Ryan, Jaden, or Sam Lee. And those 3 people, we're still tracking down Ryan Xu, and I'm actively looking for information. I have some amazing information on Ryan Xu, and I'm nearly able to locate where he is and who he's hanging out with. Yes, the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger will strike again. We already know that Sam Lee is in Dubai. I know that Jaden Wee is also in Dubai. However, we're not sure on the location of Ryan Xu. It has been rumoured that he is under house arrest in America. But my knowledge tells me that he may be in America, but we don't have him under house arrest. By going after Sam Lee or Ryan Xu or Jaden Wee, we will figure out who Kevin is, or the 2 Kevins, and this will lead to a crypto wallet that has a ton of money in it that will actually potentially be able to pay back people who put their money into this Ponzi scheme. Now, you know, guys, I'm not into Ponzi schemes at all. And I kind of don't want to be the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. However, I do believe by signing this petition, you will have a better shot at getting your money back than anything you've done previously. So I'm just going to read through the next paragraphs.
Whether you have signed the petition or not, please note that you may also submit an individual complaint to government agencies for their further investigation. Below are a few links for making such a complaint.
Read that. I'll try this again.
We believe that the more attention is brought to this matter, via media outlets and complaints received, the more likely something will be done to amend the wrongs caused by the financial entities and people mentioned above. This petition may give a rise to a class action lawsuit. US Securities and Exchange Commission, https://www.sec.gov/TCR, Federal Trade Commission, https://report fraud, www.ftc.gov, Federal Bureau of Investigation, https://www.fbi.gov, investigate white-collar crime, National Security Agency, Office of the Inspector General, https://oig.nsa.gov, OIG Divisions Investigations, https://oig.nsa.gov, OIG Hotline, U.S. Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, https://www.finson.gov, Contact, U.S. Department of Justice, https://www.justice.gov.
Jesus, got to shut that lady up. So who's behind helping this petition?
Sergey Baranov.
He's on a mission. He is a dog with a bone. He will not let go of it. And he's going to fight this, and he's going to represent all you guys. All you have to do is get off the fence. If you think that HyperNation or HyperVerse is actually going to come true, if you believe that Sam Lee, Jaden Wee or Ryan are good guys and haven't scammed you, then get off my friggin' website. Unsubscribe from my YouTube channel. I don't want you here. If you're sitting on the fence and you think these guys haven't lied to you, they haven't misleaded you, then I don't want you on my YouTube channel anymore. However, if you think that we may have a shot at getting your money back, then support us. And honestly, in the description link, you will find a link to this petition. We can't do this alone. It's the 80-20 rule. You know, 80% of your sales come from 20% of your clients. In this world that I live in, 0.1% of the people are out there trying to expose people for running scams. The rest of the people sit here and want to keep their identity. You know, and it really does upset me. So in the last 24 hours, we've had 166 people put their names down. 1 million people have invested in HyperVerse. That is over $4 billion. We've got a Tron scan of $1 billion leaving HVT from one of the people in corporate. And then we have been told that by Sam Lee that they never intended to pay people's money back. They never did any whale trading, and they never invested in any startups. They basically have stole your money. We have an opportunity here by exposing, especially Sam Lee, and getting him in front of the court system. Are you telling me that Sam doesn't know the contact details of the two Kevins, Ryan Xu and Jaden Wee? Of course he does, but I need your support. It's not rocket science. The link to this subscription is actually underneath this comment. So let's see how it goes. So what information will be asked? So let's go petition. I think because I've already signed it, it may be a bit different. Here we go. So we need your first name. So this is all you do. Your first name, last name. Oops, I'm not good at this game. All right. Okay, last name. Email address, danny@theheck.com. Country, New Zealand. Full postal address. Put your address in there. Share it with your friends if you want. That will only share the fact that you have sent, you have signed the petition. It will not send your personal details other than your first and last name to your friends. I've already done this. I'm not going to do it again. And you can even be anonymous. But the authorities behind this can actually do something with this information. So we've had 167 people have done this in the last 24 hours. And if you go to luckyscout.com, this is not the first time we've asked the community to sign a petition. In fact, let's shut down HyperVerse Group. So let's have a look at this one.
Let's shut down the HyperTech Group Company, the HyperVerse and HyperNation programs and all their websites. We have been patient enough. the HyperTech Group had promised to start returning the HyperVerse members 1x by the end of October. But they haven't done anything yet, and it was clear that they would never do anything, while some too conservative and optimistic people are still saying that we must wait. No, we won't wait anymore. Read this, because it is several months since they have launched another Ponzi scheme, named HyperNation, referring all the HyperVerse members to it, while they have stopped paying them in HyperVerse since April this year. If this is not a fraud, what is it then? Therefore, here is the campaign I had promised to start against the HyperTech Group Company and their HyperVerse and HyperNation Ponzi schemes.
So, here is the criteria for Lucky Scouts.
If you have lost money in HyperVerse, you must participate and cooperate for 2 reasons: to shut down their programs, especially HyperNation, which is supposed to scam millions of others around the world, and to have their assets frozen around the world and probably distributed among the members.
Yep. Let's see how we're getting on here. Let's read this paragraph.
If you have lost money in HyperVerse, you must be aware that most probably you won't receive your money back, even if the officials shut down the HyperTech Group websites and apps, HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperPay, Who, etc., and freeze their funds, because it is not clear where the funds are and whether they still have them or have lost them in the crypto market. However, our action against the HyperTech Group scams will prevent other people from getting scammed in their other programs like HyperNation. So, please do the following.
Yeah, so it's not rocket science. I mean, obviously, LuckyScout.com has already tried to get a petition. 1 million people have been scammed. Unfortunately, only 150 people have spent the time. So if you're sitting on the fence, get off the fence. Just give us, sign the petition. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen.
1. Sign the petition. We need a petition to make the officials take action against the HyperTech Group as soon as possible. The more people say that they have lost money in HyperVerse and they want the company to stop, the sooner the officials will take proper action. Therefore, first please sign the petition below, and then share this page with anyone who has lost money in HyperVerse, and ask them to refer to this page to sign the petition and complete the other steps I will explain below.
Right, and look at that. It's got my name, my email address, the country I'm from. I'm a Kiwi and I love being a New Zealander because I'm pretty hard to find. How much have you lost? Well, unfortunately, guys, I didn't lose anything, so I can't even sign these petitions. Let's sign it now. Right, so that's how easy it is to sign a petition so that people like me can help others like me do the hard work for people like you who have just invested and lost your money but aren't prepared to do anything. I mean, my signature has been added. Right, so there's obviously many petitions going around. Now, I did do a video a wee while ago, and this is the first 60 seconds of it. Has there actually been a crime? If so, what exactly is the crime? So whatever, start that again. 1 minute, please. Did HyperVerse actually do? Has there actually been a crime? If so, what exactly is the crime? So what advertising did HyperVerse actually do that they didn't deliver on? Did you use the product or service that they provided? So proof of purchase. Why are you disputing it? Why don't you give the company more times? Are you still engaged with the company? Are you still using their services? What did you actually purchase? Did they sabotage the business? Did they provide a product or a service? How was the transaction done? Did you read the disclaimer? Is the disclaimer legally binding? Whereabouts is this business located? Have they got a registered company number? So who's the CEO? Who's responsible? Who actually committed the crime? What illegal activity have they done? Is it legal to promote a Ponzi scheme? Were you deceived? Like, did they not tell you all the facts? Was there a money-back guarantee? Have they provided a remedy? Did you investigate this opportunity? Did they make you aware of any risk? Did your common sense go out there? We told them it wasn't an investment opportunity. And then they might say, well, we've actually tried to remedy the situation. Boom. Yeah, so my point is, guys, there's a whole crusade of people out there, but there is very few people that actually are action people. People like myself that spend hours and hours of their life trying to fight other people's battles. The people that have started up the petition that will be in the description below, they are willing to fight your battles for you. So it's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen, it's the hex science. If you have invested any money into HyperVerse, and if you were told that you would receive 3 or maybe 4 times your return in investment, then we need you to sign a petition basically saying that you were disgruntled and you didn't receive the money back. You know, put your name. That's all you have to do. Put your address, where you live. It's all confidential. No one will ever know your details except the people that the information gets submitted to. This petition has taken hours to put together. I can't pronounce his name properly because I'm very dyslexic.
Sergey Baranov.
Sergey. He is on a mission, a dog with a bone. He wants to fight your battles for you. We want you to sign this petition. 168 signatures. We're heading for 300 by the end of the week. We need 3,000 signatures, and then we can go after these people. Do you really think that Sam Lee, Ryan Zhu, and Jaden Wee are good people? Here's an opportunity for you to do something good for not only yourself, but other people. I've interviewed, I don't know, I've lost count. I get phone calls every day from people. I got a phone call from a guy that invested $26,000 into HyperVerse. He quit his job. He was told that with $26,000, he can basically put that money into HyperVerse and live off the passive income. For 2 months, he received rewards. And then all of a sudden, everything got frozen. His wife is the breadwinner. And now he's looking for a job. And he said the bills are mounting. He doesn't know what to do. And he feels like he's got ripped off. Another lady told me that she had invested $20,000 into HyperVerse through a referral from her sister. She's not talking to her sister anymore. And I said, did you realize that your sister would have received $4,000 from your $20,000 just from referring to you? She goes, no, I didn't. Another guy rang me up, and his family had invested over $5 million. He had been responsible for creating 117 accounts for his family. And unfortunately, his family now want to sue him for getting them involved in HyperVerse. He thought it was a no-brainer, easy opportunity to make a lot of money for his family. He was doing the right thing, he felt, and now his family want to sue him. Mike Lucas, that's not very good. Mike Lucas, he was, when I was in the New York Times, I had a whole page on the New York Times. The video featured was my plea to Keith Williams, telling him to give Mike Lucas back his $25 million that he had lost because HyperVerse had taken his money. Mike Lucas had listened to people like Pinicky Nark, who told him that his pension fund was actually a Ponzi scheme that the government was running. He took all his money out of his pension fund that he had, which was only $25,000, and put it all into HyperVerse, and unfortunately had lost the lot. I have got numerous emails from people telling me they invested small sums like $300, $5,000 into HyperVerse, hoping to get a return on the investment of 3 times in 600 days or 1,330 days. When you sign the petition, you'll get access to a Telegram group. You can tell us your experience. We'll engage with you. This is real. We are real people. My hidden agenda is I don't have one. I was brought up in a religious cult. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. I lost everything. I've lost 2 people in my family to suicide, and my mother, who I love to pieces, doesn't speak to me because I'm not part of Jehovah's organization. She is now 76 years of age, living home alone, loves me, but doesn't have anything to do with me because of the Jehovah's Witness organization has told her that there's a paradise earth in the breeze and she needs to discommunicate from anyone that doesn't have the same beliefs. Ponzi schemes. They paint a picture of a paradise. They tell you that if you're loyal to the community and you have faith, you're going to get the reward. You're not going to get your money back out of HyperVerse or HyperNation. They've got so many lies that they've fed you guys. They tell you that HyperNation is a separate entity. They also tell you that people like Keith Williams are now the regional sales, the global sales representative? The global sales representative for HyperNation. And we're going to be saved. But he has nothing to do with the money that's lost in HyperVerse. My last video that I did was actually all about telling you who corporate was. This mystery organization that they keep referring back to. Even Sam Lee sitting there in 2 leadership meetings telling you that he can talk to corporate because he has an influence is a load of rubbish because he is corporate. Of course he can talk to himself. Not a good idea. Ryan Xu disappeared. I've got videos on my YouTube channel in the shorts area of him vacuuming his home. I've got him singing at a karaoke bar. I've got him out there waveboarding on his birthday. Just in the last few months, I've got this information. These guys are out there in the community. Then Jaden Wee, which you may not know who he is. If you go to Project Frugal's YouTube account, in his playlist, you will find 10 videos that tell you the whole timeline of this company, right back to Bitcoin Group, to Colonstar Capital, to HyperCapital, to HyperFund, to HyperVerse, to HyperNation, and then you've got Hyper Store, you've got Hyper Planet. And I've heard that I've also got their coins, which you may have heard of Hyper Bond. You've got HVT, MOF. All these coins have all been timelined for if you're in doubt and you don't believe it, then go to Project Frugal. Listen to his information. Watch his research. It's undeniable that these guys have been lying to you. I often tell people that hope is like hanging onto a branch, hoping you're not going to fall, with your dear life, thinking that hope is, I'm hanging on. And you look down and you realize that you're only a foot off the ground after falling from a cliff. And you let go and you think, oh my God, that's what hope does to people. And they go after the black African community. They tell people they need to have faith. They prey on people that have a religious belief, and they use parallels that make you think that if you have faith, you will get the reward. Look, this is a real world. We have people that will invest their own personal money to help you get your money back. If you go into the description of this video, you will find a link to this petition. All you need to do is sign it. That's it. If you don't want to be publicly exposed, no need. Just sign the petition. Get it out there. Let people like me and other people who have done this petition get out there and do what they do well. It's not rocket science, it's the heck science. But we need your support. The power of you going down below this video and seeing the share button and sharing this video onto your Facebook page or onto your Twitter account or your, anything, just share it, get it out there. What have you got to lose? Are you worried that people will think, ooh, Ooh, they got involved in a Ponzi scheme. Ooh, why are they asking me to sign a petition? If you've lost, well, you know people that have lost, put this in front of them. We really need your help. I've got better things to do on a Thursday night than sit here and plead with you guys that have lost your money, that have no alternative other than to listen to people like me. What have I got to lose? Well, what have I got to gain from asking you to do a simple thing? Have you invested in HyperVerse? Have you lost your money? Have you been promised to get unrealistic returns on your investment when you were also told it wasn't an investment opportunity? Maybe you're good with it. Maybe you don't care about losing your money. So do it for your friend who's lost their money. They always tell you never to invest what you aren't prepared to lose. Oh my God, that's a cliche that doesn't sit well with Mr. DeHeck. Of course you never invest money that you aren't prepared to lose. Imagine walking out on the street with $5,000 and just throwing it into the street. Were you prepared to throw your money away? Of course you're not. So why would you settle for the cliche that says never invest what you weren't prepared to lose? Absolutely ludicrous saying. Should be striked off the records, that one. Anyway, how can I say? I'm Danny DeHeck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm hoping that my little message here will help you not invest in another Ponzi scheme. And whenever it sounds too good to be true, what did your mum say? It often is. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Sign the petition. Check out the description below. Stay safe.